Good morning, welcome to Life of Dave. We're back down the boat. It's Friday morning. Not going to get much done today. I ain't got long. I've just nipped out to have a look at what I've done the other day. See if I can maybe sand that down. And I've got some plastic sheets down here. I wanted to see if I could make myself some more sheets to make the next lockers with. So if I can get that done today so it's all set up for next time I come down, I've got something to work with to start installing. So that's the plan at the moment. So I'm going to see what I can get done, but I'm not expecting a great deal. But yeah, basically I want to have a quick look at this. That's all got to be glassed in still. Let's flip you around. Right. So down here, I've got my little clamp. These are brilliant. So quite cheap off of eBay. They're just a little ratchet clamp. Work on the same principle as like your caulking guns. You can lift stuff, I think it's about 6 inches or something like that, but absolutely fantastic when you want to wedge something up. Bit of wood, and away you go. I used it when I installed these, so I had them jacked up in there, so I could install my panels up there. Yeah. Brilliant, very handy. Anyway, so that is now in place. Holding on its own. There we go. So that's nice and solid now. So it's all in place. It's nice and solid. It's not going anywhere. So what I've got to do now is that's got to be glassed in. So I've got to sand that down, glass that. I've got to sand in there, glass that, and sand under there and round there, glass that. Tab it in there with a bit of glass across the front so it joins these two bits together. That'll also seal in that end of wood there. Yeah, so once that's all glassed in place, that's all done then. Bar a bit of fairing when I've finished to make it all look pretty, and sanding it all down and painting. But that's, yeah, we're a little way off of that just yet. So what I've got to do now is measure up and make the next two lockers for this side. So we are 22 and a half. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see how many times that goes into there. 22 and a half is there. It's only going to be roughly, the way I cut stuff. It'll only be roughly anyway. Right, so that one is then 22 and a half. Jesus Christ, how would you believe it if I told you that my measurements have worked out exactly? I'll get you to sit there. Small boats and not enough room, I'll tell you. Right, so 22 and a half is there. Just there. And another 22 and a half. Exactly to the front of the boat. So it is exactly 3 lockers. Hey, there you go. Some editing on the smoothness there. But it is exactly, I can get exactly 3 lockers at 22 and a half into that space. Now I can't remember, did I work that out originally? Or is that just planned out perfectly? Because damn, I'm just too good. It's amazing. Well, that's made my life a darn sight easier. So now what I need to do is make another 2 lockers, 22 and a half. Double check the measurement, 22 and a half. I'm going in inches, by the way. For anyone that does differently, for 570 mil. Yeah, I still prefer the 22 and a half inches. It's much easier to remember. So we can mark on here 22 and a half inches. So got that written down now, so I won't forget what I'm making. Right. what I've got is I've got some of this plastic. So what I'm thinking is I need to make myself some more sheets up, like I did before. Yeah, but I'm just wondering on the best way of doing it. What I'm thinking is if I measure me 22.5 on there, my height that I need to come up to, I can do it just over, I can trim it then, yeah, we'll see. And the height, the depth I've got to go in by, because on the last one what I've done is I stuck the top one to the curve and then I stuck the bottom one to the curve. So this is my curved stuff over here. I won't move that because it's smothered in dust, but yeah. So what I'm thinking is if I could stand a bit of this up here, I could lay the curve into the corner, making a mould basically, lay me glass on both sides, and I could make the part in its hole. Now that could work if I can somehow make a 90 degree to stick that in there. Know what I mean? Right. Let me think about what I'm doing here and I'll come back. Right, let's try that again. I do believe this stuff cuts easier on the back and I've started marking it up on the front. Like so. Right, there we go. So we've got a roughly square edge. That's plenty. Trim that off, bin that bit. Because if this releases and it doesn't come out right, I've still got some more sheet there. Right, so we're 22.5, so that's me size. Yeah. Yeah. 22. So this might take me a little bit longer than I was planning to make basically like a bit of a mould. But I'm thinking it might well save me a lot of messing about making them individually. Well, I've not really got a whole lot done today. Been having a think, having a chat with a couple of other people as well. So I'm just going to get this cut out. I'll cut this corner off because what I found on the last one is this isn't square. This curves back in from that point there. So it bends away from what I'm trying to glass down. So I'm going to remove that bit. And this hasn't got to be anything pretty, it just needs to be cut back to there so it sits flat on the glass. I've cut off that bit where it bends up and I've got enough there to tab in my glass. That will be fixed to there like so, giving me an edge. What I need is another piece of this fixed to there, basically. So I'm going to screw a piece of that in there, push that up against it like so, and obviously with that coming up higher I can glass this side and this side in one bit. That's my plan, and I can make one, and if that works better when I apply it to there, then I can make the next one like it and the other side. If it doesn't, then I might go back to making one side like I did before and then the other. So basically what I made before was that. Then what I can do is I can put that in there like so, because I've not got no restriction now. I can get it in nicely to where I want it, mark it where I want to cut it, snip it off and make it so it fits in there beautifully. If I make it with both sides, that one will hit the back side, so that'll hit there before I can get it into place to mark it, you know. So it makes it very awkward to work out where I've then got to cut it. You know, I can't measure it easily because I've got a radius on here, so it's very hard to measure, you know, exactly how far it is, because you sort of measure to there and then you've got to sort of wing this bit by eye as square as you can get it. Makes it very awkward. So yeah, making it this way, I can put that in there. I can put a straight edge off the bottom of there. That tucks into there. And then I can work out how that's going to sit in there. Mark the tops along there, snip it, and then make the bottom one. And when I make the bottom one, the bit of glass sits on there, I can move it in and out. So I'll put it in there, move the glass out till it hits the sides, clamp it in place. That's where I want it, glass it all in. So this gives me height. If I cut that there, I can fix the other bit on the outside, so I think I am good here. If I make it slightly, and I'm talking very slightly larger, the other ones were way larger. So what I've done is I offered up this piece that I made there against it. Yeah, this ain't going to work, so it's going to bite into the wood. Go. Put that in there. I need to clamp that somehow so it stays there, so that I can make me part to go up there. There's another option. How can I get that to stay there? It's not going to work, is it? No, I think I might just take it off and screw it on the side like I was originally planning. I'll get that to stay like that. That would work nicely. But I can't. Right. Now I'm going to have to trim it, fix that back in. Right. There we go. Right, so that's me bits cut. So what I can do is I can drill a few holes in there, then I can screw that to there like so, giving me a rough 90 degrees there. Then I can fix me curve in there. So obviously what I'll have to do then is gel coat this both sides, fix that in there, and then I can glass that in. Beautiful. Make me part. Then just trim them to fit. That's the plan. And if that works, I can do the other side. So that's what I need to do now. I'm going to take that home, I think, drill and screw that, get that sorted, and I can carry on. So I think that's going to be a job for Tuesday. Come back and glass that up, see how it turns out, and like I say, then I can decide what's the easiest way of doing it to move forward with the rest of them, because like I say, I've got 3 to make this side, and then I've got 3 to make that side. So I ain't started this side yet. So I've got 3 cupboards to go under here as well, plus a 4th this side behind the toilet, the same as I've done that side behind the cooker. So I've got to make another one of those there, so that it's mirrored both sides. I like things to look even and look the same both sides. I can't stand it when things look odd, which is one of the problems I have doing a project like this. There's too many gnarly things to look at. It just does my brain in. I can't stand it. I like uniform. I like if one side looks like that, I like the other side to look like that as well. It's and this boat's just so higgledy-piggledy. It's too much for my brain to cope with. I should just go, that'll do, you know, that'll be fine, but I can't. It's just me, you know. Obviously we've got different sides there and there because there's no cupboard locker space behind that. I can't do like I've done on this, as there's no helm. So you know, that's not an issue. I'm fine with that. But the side bits that I'm making, I want to look the same both sides. You know, give me the same sort of storage. That's the plan anyway. Right. So yeah, I was hoping to get a bit more done today, but I've had a lot to think about how I'm going to do it, how I'm going to move forward. You know, and it's just I've got to get my head round how to move forward and progress before I can get on. So sometimes I stumble for a little while. There's a lot to think about, and it slows me down, and I don't get much done. But then hopefully next time I'm down here, now I've got it in my head how I want to progress, I'll be able to move forward quicker. That's the plan. And if this idea works, and I can mould this and pop the part out without destroying the mould, that's a big if, then we should be bob on, really. So I've got some wax, so I'm going to wax this up this time, because the first time I made one, it came out brilliantly, all except a tiny little bit where there was a pucker in the plastic. The second time I made one, it didn't come off so well. I mean, the part came out fine, but it was a bugger to get off of the plastic. It had too many little ding marks in it, and it from where I removed the first one, because it didn't come off completely clean. I must have put some pinholes in it, and yeah, it puckered up. It stuck like glue to the board, and I ended up having to break it off. So what I'm going to do is, if I make this up, screw this to that part, then I can wax it all up nicely. So hopefully when I come to release the part, a little flex on the corner, and that should come straight off. And then clean the mould up and reuse it. And that'll be brilliant, because basically if that works, I can make my next two pretty quickly, and then I can make 3 for the other side. You know, I can finish all this side, get them stuck in. I've just got a cupboard the other end to make, and you know, I'll be cooking with gas. Right, that's enough waffling for the day. We have a plan. Tuesday. Right, quick look each, just because it's got to be done. There we go, look. So imagine hinges on there. The door goes down, the door goes up, and that will sit in there like so. So there's my little locker number 1. So I could leave that open and just put stuff in there. But as you're slamming about in waves, anything's going to be bouncing about, you're going to get stuff falling out. So I really want a door on the front of all of them. So this is going to require some finishing, because yeah, the radius on there is not very pretty, but I can do that. I can deal with that. Yeah, that's an after, just finishing off, making it look nice. Not an issue. I can deal with that later. I'll put that in there so I don't lose it, and we are good. Right, that's me done for the day, guys. I'll be back next time, probably on Tuesday, and we'll see if we can move forward. I'm going to take this home. I might get a chance to film it if the missus and kids ain't, yeah, I won't say in the way, because yeah, I'll get in trouble for that. But yeah, if I get a chance to do this at home, I might just do it on camera, and I'll show you it made. We'll polish it up, and then, like I say, I'll bring it down Tuesday and we'll glass up a part, see how it comes out. Fingers crossed that works and we can move on. Right, enough waffling. I'll catch you all next time. Bye for now.